Smile to Death. This is chapter 15. Chapter 15 is the third and last in part 5. Part 5 is about smiling to death despite the fact that it will always win us and take from us important things. Well, let's be honest. Deep inside, don't we feel that death is like some kind of a monster that one day will come and eat us, consume us? Don't we feel this way? And another question: how did we manage as human to make death such a monster? Well, these are just questions, but I think that these questions are important for this process, because I'm saying not just stop being afraid of death as much as possible, but also making friends with death, smiling. You don't smile to someone just if you don't want to be afraid of this individual. When you smile, you're actually asking for a relationship, or for attention, or for mutual attention, or communication. Smiling is communicating, right? So, by doing so, if we do so, we agree to take out from death the image of a monster, aren't we? I think this is a great thing if we're able to really make friends with death as much as possible, and to have better cooperation with it, with the other side. That it is not, as I said before, it's not just a spiritual concept. It is a part of here. It is not just the place when we go when we end this journey. It's a part of the now. I'm saying it many times because it's important for me to deliver this message. In many places in human life, we suffer when we make unneeded and problematic divisions, when we fail to see the connection and we exaggerate the differences, right? I'm saying the same thing also about life and death. We cannot stay as separated as before, because we grow, we develop as civilization. And it's time for us to grow up, to mature beyond this small reality that we used to think that it represents everything. And if we want to do it, we may want to take a look at the other side of what we relate to as death, and to take a better look beyond the fear, beyond the saying that this is a monster that will take us one day. Maybe we can create some partnership and break this wall that separates us so strongly between huge parts in us that are important for us right now. This is what we're doing here. Now, when we change this concept, we don't feel that death can have any victory on us, or we can have any victory on death, because we don't need to defeat our partners, do we? It sounds pretty stupid, isn't it? Chapter 15. When we smile to death, there is less danger from it. In other words, death is less danger when we smile to it. We kind of breaking the danger or the risk or the problems with death with our smile. When we don't smile to death, when we don't connect our heart to the source of love in which we came from, we are hungrier, we are more frustrated, are more blinded, and we are even angry. Because the love we came from, the love that we used to have at home, in many ways was taken from us, or we just left with small pieces of it. And as long as we don't smile to death, as long as we don't make connection with this source, and with this connection we can allow ourselves to experience more and more feelings that are related to home, so we are less hungry, less frustrated, less angry, and more creative and more productive. But as long as we don't do it, all we have is just the here and now and nothing beyond it. With all the fear, all the uncertainty, and with all the saying that, well, once I'm dead, everything is gone. Everything came to the end. If I limit myself to not smiling to death, other people may be my enemies more easily. I may not be able to see the bigger picture. For example, that says that we are all here kind of partners, that our job is to connect better despite the differences we have among us. This is our job, to create love among us, even with the people that we find that it is the hardest thing to do. This is our job here. When we smile to death, we get many, many reminders of this. Our feelings become softer. Our compassion becomes stronger. Our empathy becomes more handy. It is here. I respect the living of every other creature more frequently. I live more in peace with other people, or in desire to be in peace with other people. So I'm less in a danger place. When I am able to feel the bigger picture through smiling to the mirror, I release myself from the need to beat death, and I move towards living in order to find meaning in light of the fact that I'm living in two places always. It's a whole new concept of living. But if I fail to do it, I'll be in places where the pain is so strong and the misunderstanding of life is so frequent that I will surely put myself more in danger. I will be obsessed to work very hard. I will be obsessed to be the best. All because inside me, my meaning is I want to beat death. Inside of me, I would like to deny death as much as possible. But when I deny death, I deny the source. I deny my home. And all the things that I do are just a result of this denial, of this hunger for love that is never fulfilled. Then I may be more prone to depression, prone to anxieties, prone to violence, prone to human conflicts. I'm more in danger. And I may even be a part of a process that creates unnecessary death just because I could not feel the bigger picture that is based on love. And the bigger picture is something I can feel when I smile to the other side instead of seeing it as a monster, right? We do feel that love is a monster, and love. Yeah, we also feel sometimes that love is a monster, and when we feel that death is a monster, we definitely feel that love is a monster. I didn't mean to say it, but it's a slip of the tongue. I will keep this video because it's very important. Because once we are afraid death, once we want to beat death, we actually afraid of love and want to beat love, because death represents love. Hello. Maybe this is one of the most important things in this course. Death represents love, represents home. So when I smile to death, I practice not to be afraid of my source, not to be afraid of love, not to be afraid of the fact that I am a part of a bigger story.